It's early morning here in the Lake District, and after my first night of car camping, I've woken to complete stillness. The air is cold, quiet, and somewhere out there, Derwentwater is waiting. Sleeping in the car is never exactly comfortable, but mornings like this make it all worthwhile. Day 2 here in the Lake District is going to start with a nice, gentle stroll along Derwentwater. Just enjoyed a lovely start to the morning on the banks of the lake, looking out to the island, cat bells in the background. When I planned this trip, when I started planning this trip way back in February, this was going to be one of the real highlights, one of the real locations that I was really looking forward to coming out to the most, and it's not disappointing so far. Bit of cloud cover this morning. I thought there might be a bit of a cloud inversion, but it's not to be the case. Not too much light, not too much of that golden hour light either. Although, I guess, if I'm being really honest, do you need that golden hour light, that colour, to distract you from what is a glorious setting out here? To be honest, there's probably large parts of the Lake District that are special. You'd probably struggle to pinpoint one particular location that stands out more than anywhere else. Everyone's going to have their own particular favourites. I've moved on a bit further down along Derwentwater now. This trip here in the lakes this weekend, I'm going to be constantly on the move. Hardly ever standing still unless I'm wanting to take a picture today. Guess what attracts me to Derwentwater when I was deciding where to come, where to go up here in the lakes, was the fact that it's a very me type location, isn't it? The conditions that I had this morning, very cloudy. I was maybe hoping for a sunrise, but like I say, I think had I got any of that colour, it possibly would have detracted from the location, the grandness of Derwentwater itself, which I didn't really want to do. But it's a very similar type location, isn't it, to what I'd normally capture back home. Reminds me a little bit of Derwentwater, which I went out and captured not too long ago in East Sussex. Always love those kind of locations where you kind of go out, get the camera up on the tripod, and you can just slap an ND filter on the front, take a couple of long exposures, get some lovely fine art images, and that's a nice simple job well done. You don't have to think too long and hard about the composition as a whole. Originally, the plan was to walk the entirety of Derwentwater, all 10 miles around the lake. I'm sure there's magnificent views to be able to enjoy all around this section of the lakes. However, that was probably going to take me all day, and I don't really want to constrain myself by sticking to one or two locations. I want to see as much of the lakes as possible with this first visit. So I think what I'm settling for this morning here at Derwentwater is just by making sure I can go along to each of the classic viewpoints, starting from the park way back there. So I've got the view stretching down towards the lake. I've come down now to Friars Crag, regarded as one of the top 10 views from the lakes as a whole. I mean, how do you even go about deciding, how do you go about pinpointing 10, just 10 of the best viewpoints in the first place? I've now moved further on down Derwentwater to what I think is the last spot here, the classic shot of Ashness Jetty. I've put the ND1000 filter on the front of the lens, 10-stop filter, get some nice milky smooth long exposures overlooking what is a marvellous view here in Derwentwater. Cat bells in the distance, what I was meant to climb yesterday, but I chickened out. A bit cloudy still, but you can just see some light trying to break through the clouds in the distance. Really is a stunning setting. Not going to be able to get anything original from here on Derwentwater today, but that's not been the point. It's all about enjoying a location that I've always wanted to come out to. It's about getting some classic shots, and just enjoying some different type of landscapes to what I'm used to. Of course, I've always got lakes that I'm able to shoot, but here in the Lake District is just something else. Unsurprisingly, this is a location I'm very much falling in love with very quickly. I'm already thinking in my head, maybe I'll have to come back here in 2026. However, I think it is time for me to move on from this part here in Keswick. Let's go and see what other parts of the Lake District we can find, capture and enjoy with the camera.